start rolling with the big boys, all the big girls, the people that are making this money. Let them say a figure and let your mind be blown away. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ifeoluwa, and just like the title of this video, building wealth in your 30s. Being wealthy is good. I can say that. I mean, I don't have all the money, but I mean, social media has actually bridged a lot of gaps. Yes, we know there are fake life, but let me tell you something, fake life, fake life. Sometimes some life are true. And that's why 30s is very, very important to me. I remember making a post on my Instagram and saying that in my 30s, I have learned to, now in my 30s, I have started redefine a lot of things, like redefine a lot of scopes because focus have shifted. Money is important. And it's not just about money that you can use to buy your clothes or buy shoes or buy the latest, it's about building words, having more than enough to even sponsor people, be a blessing to nations and all of that. And that's even the will of God for us, right? So another thing I want to say is that it is not just enough to work and earn. It's also important that you know how money works and also important that you know how to make your money work for you. I'm going to be sharing about 5 things that I've learned now in my 30s about building wealth, and that those are the things that I myself I am putting into use. Number one is gaining financial knowledge. I remember that throughout when I was in school, apart from the fact that I took a course in my high school, which is business studies, there was never any course that we were taught how to make money. And the thing is that we literally people just assume that you know how to make money. They assume that you leave school, go to college, graduate from college and get a job, and they feel like that is how to make money. But I found out that it is not just enough. A lot of us are financially illiterate, and it was quite humbling for me to even accept that, which was what made me to go and seek after knowledge, financial knowledge. And I didn't have to pay or anything. All I did was go on YouTube, search, use online, use the web resources, and boom, I started learning about how money works gradually. So financial literacy is very important. Number two that I also learn is I also learn about diversified income. A lot of us are used, somebody like me, I am used to just, doing one thing at a time and that's all. But you know what? While you're working, you can also make more money even right at your job. So there are different ways of making money. I mean, traditionally, I just felt like, okay, if I want to increase my salary, all I have to do is to move to another job or look for or negotiate with my employer. But do you know there are other ways you can actually make money? Like number one, by learning additional skills, running a business. Not everybody can run business, right? But with recent knowledge that I've found that for every man, you should at least be able to have nothing less than 4 streams of income. And when I first added, I said, how possible? But when I found out the breakdown is quite easy from you going to school, which is one source of income. Number two, your skills is also another source of income. Number three, your certifications or the businesses that you start is also another source of income. And number four is when your money actually work for you is through investment, right? Number three thing that I've also learned is that I started getting interested in investment. So I usually think that it's until you have a lot of money that you can start investing. But lo and behold, that is very wrong. Do you know as low as $50, $100, $20, you can start making money. You can start investing. And the beautiful thing about investment is that investment is not just about now, it's about later on. It's about 20, 30 years. It's about what, I was listening to a podcast and the guest was saying that Warren Buffett actually became very rich when he was 60. He became wealthy. It was that when he was 60 that all of the investment he did when he was 20s or 19s or as far back as I think even when he had that, he started investing as far back as when he was 7. It was then that all the investments started multiplying, and that's how he became so rich. So investment is not just about what I can make now. It's about what can I do now that can leave it and give me interest or like harvest in the future. All right. So another way of that I've also learned is understanding how bank accounts work. I know, right? So people are like, okay, it's not bank accounts. Yes, bank accounts are not just the same. For example, in Canada, we have two major bank accounts. We have checking and we have savings. Do you know if you put your money in savings, you can actually generate some interest every month? But if you put your money in check-ins, there's not going to be any plus, there's not going to be any minus, it's just going to be there. Also, beside you understanding that different accounts, it's also important that you know that some tax shelters accounts that every government, even your government, have provided. For example, in Canada, we have what we call the TFSA, which is the tax-free savings account. Those are different types of account of savings account. I also learned about the FHSA account, the first home savings account. I learned about the RESP account. It's about the account that has to do with educational fund for my kids. I learned about the RRSP. Now, all of this information looks quite, ambiguous when I started hearing them. But because I have told myself I am interested, I want to know how this thing work. And lo and behold, they became quite easier for me to understand. So that's what I would say that so I'm just gonna do a replay or just a recall is number one. I said I learned how money works, which is financial literacy. Number two is I learned that one stream of income is not enough. Number three is I started learning about investment. Number four is I started learning about different types of accounts, not just checking account or savings account. There were more things. And number five, who wants to hear now? Number five. Number five is acting on every knowledge that I have learned. The thing is, like, knowledge is so important. It's until when you do something with your knowledge, that is when knowledge become valuable, right? If you don't do anything about it, my goal is to, you know, to expose my mind to the possibility of money, to the possibility of wealth. Wealth isn't just for a class of people. For example, I was listening to a podcast about 2 days ago, and this guy, I will mention his name. His name is Toby. Toby, I think Toby Oduwole. He's quite a popular figure on LinkedIn, and he was talking about how he was able to retire at the age of 28. And I'm like, what does retirement mean? That means he had enough savings, he had enough, assets to actually carry him many years after. And that's it. That's the thing about money. If you don't learn about money, you will not know about how money works. I mean, during this podcast, I had him start saying some things like there's some people that are earning about $10,000 every month. There's some people that are earning about $20,000 every month. There's some people that are making over $1 million every month. Yes, those things look like how possible. But see, when it comes to money matter, let your mind be blown away. It is going to get exposed. And those are the things I am currently doing in my 30s to boost my finances. I am listening to as many podcasts, as many financial literacy that I can learn, and I'm acting on them. Stock is not optional for me. Yes, I started learning about stock. At times when I hear people do say all of these things, it feels like I am late already. But the thing is that you are never late. Your money is the money that you wake up. I know I'm beginning to sound like a motivational speaker, right? Yes, your money is not the money I wake up. See, start increasing your avenues of making money. Start learning how money works. Don't just say you want to earn alone. Also see how your money can multiply. And most importantly, start rolling with the big boys, all the big girls. The people that are making this money, let them say a figure and let your mind be blown away. Just like I said, once your mind is blown away, it will go into shock. But when it recovers, it will never be the same. Now, somebody said something. He said, what do you need to do to move from where you are to where you want to be? And I'm like, there's a particular figure that I want to earn every month. That's my target. What do I need to do that will make me move from that, the figure that I'm currently at, to where I'm currently going to? It's just the same question you should ask yourself. One thing is that once you're able to bring your mind to that conversation, do you know it will be easier for you to start acting? Because what is not clear in your mind, you can never do it with your hands. Jam. So I want to let you know that money is not just something you come by, it's something you have to strategically place yourself. And I've just told you my money move, right? Now, the last thing I will say is that a lot of us are sitting on referral bonus. Do you know there's a bank that I'm using here in Canada? The name of the bank is Simply. Once I refer any of my friends to join Simply, Simply pays me $125 and pays my friend $50. That's about $175 that we've just earned. A lot of people don't know. Do you know if you put your money inside some banks, here in Canada, do you know you can actually generate some monthly interest? Some people don't know. Now, the last one I would tell you is that who wants to hear? Who wants to hear? Who wants to hear? Okay. Do you know there's some banks, there's some credit cards that when you have them, they give you some interest back, like a DV, like a cash back afterwards. Some people don't know. Now, this is my challenge. Don't just spend money. Also investigate where your money is going. Because when you know where your money is going, you can literally stop paying unnecessary bills. For example, I like to shop in clearance. It's not because I don't have the money to buy, the real value. But the thing is that the thing that you buy the real value, if you come next week, you might see it on clearance. What a shock. But anyway, this is what I'm just saying is that making money move is very possible. The most important thing is you need to cut down your expenses and multiply your income. So let me ask you, what's your next money move? My next money move is buying as many investments as I can buy. Instead of locking my money down, start investing with my money, but investing intelligently. Thank you for listening. If this podcast has helped you or this video has helped you, please subscribe to my channel because there is much more. Take care, guys.